The Western Bloc, so called civilized world, parade itself as civilization pinnacle, but behind the glamour was blood, genocide, and greed. Colonies weren't missions, they were massacres. Africa bled, Asia wept. The Americas were buried alive, and Europe called it progress. Now Kama calls it debt. 2024 to 2034 is collection time. No more pretending. No more rerouting justice. It's divine arithmetic now. Every stolen breath will be accounted for. They stole bodies in chains, called it commerce. They raped nations, then blamed the victims. They rewrote truth, destroyed indigenous memory. They turned God into a mascot of empire. Now the heavens are offended. The earth is rebelling. This is not politic, it's cosmic law. You reap exactly what you sow. The harvest is here, and it's bitter. No reparation can ease the crimes. You cannot buy forgiveness with fiat currency. Apologies from corrupt mouths are dust. The ancestors cry out from the soil. They demand balance. They demand blood. This isn't about revenge, it's about restoration. Balance must be restored by force if ignored. And the West ignored every warning. Now the storm has arrived and mercy has been withdrawn. The lies are unraveling. Your media won't save you. Your NATO can't block judgment. Your tech is powerless in a spirit war. Hollywood can't distract from what's due. Every false prophet will choke on their script. Every fake democracy will implode. You cannot legislate, comma. You cannot PR your way out of divine justice. The reckoning is unbranded, unstoppable. The migrants you mock are rising. The lands you bombed are organizing. The global south sees through your games. You are being isolated economically and spiritually. Your currencies are dying like your empires. Your moral high ground has sunk. You export war, now you import collapse. Your strongholds are cracking from within. No enemy did this to you. You did it to yourself. Your children will inherit the consequences. Your school taught them lies. They know now. They no longer believe in your greatness. They see your cowardness, your hypocrisy. They see blood on your flags and hands. Your youth are rejecting your illusion. You lost the future already, and soon you lose the power you heard it. You thought commas skipped generation. You were wrong. No empire lasts forever. Rome fall, so will Washington and London. The Tower of Babel fall by divine decree. You built your world on stolen bricks. Now the foundation is collapsing. There is no vaccination for spiritual debt. There is no bailout for moral bankruptcy. You laugh at prophecy. Now it screams. Your towers will become tombs. Your legacy will rot in history mouth. mouth. The veil has lifted. Everyone see your nakedness now. The world no longer fears you. Your weapons are loud, but spiritless. Your dominance was always theft, not merit. You rule long enough through illusion. Now illusion is eating you alive. The truth is not optional anymore. Justice is not delay, it is in motion. 10 years, 10 plague, tenfold payback. You offered the world contract, chains and lies. You call theft freedom, invasion, liberation. But now the divine ledger is full. The scale has tipped. The principalities that back you are crumbling. Even your demons abandon ship now. You're not the chosen ones. You're the warned ones. You weren't given time. You were given time to repent. You mocked it. Now you live the warning you ignore. This is not the end of the world, but it is the end of your world. A new age arises, not built by you. This time, the voice you silent will lead. The meek will inherit what you poison, and the earth will breathe again. Your clock has run out. From 2024 to 2034, the bill is activated. The payment is non negotiable. This is common law. The law will be fulfilled. The world owes you nothing anymore. Your guilt trip diplomacy is expired. You cannot shame nations you broke. You cannot lecture the world from stolen pulpits. Your university thought delusion. Your banks enable destruction. Your churches blesses war crimes. Your courts serve only the powerful. And now every institution you worship will fail. Justice will make a public example of you. The refugee is not your victim, it is your mirror. The chaos aboard is coming home. Your borders can block consequences. Your tank can't stop prophecy. Your soldiers are tired of fighting lies. The silence of your people is betrayal. You cover truth with nationalism and call it loyalty. But karma doesn't honor false flag. It burns through them with truth and and lead only ash behind. You stole identity, erased cultures. You kidnapped gods and repackaged them. You demonized nature, then sold it back. You made your ego a religion. But spirit always return to source. The stolen will be restored, the buried will rise, and those you mock will be crowned. Your ignorance made you blind. Now your blindness will be punished. You try to play God, not God plays you. You try to rewrite time, not time rewrites you. You build towers to the sky on broken backs. But gravity is a law. Your fall is guaranteed. No more backroom deals with devils. No more trading blood for oil. No more lies disguised as freedom. The theater is closed. The mask is off. The judge has entered. You mock those who warn you. You laugh at prophets, jail truth speakers. You made entertainment out of suffering. You turn news into a narrative of warfare. But the truth you buried never died, it multiplied. Now it speaks from every street. Now it howls in every storm. Now it breaks through your screen and your system. This is what truth looked like unchained. Every blood diamond curse your economy. Every stolen resource poison your luxury. Your wealth is built on bones of the poor. Your home rests on haunted grounds. The spirit of the massacre are circling. The veil is thinning. No ritual can hold them back. No religion can protect false kingdom. The dead demand testimony, and the courtroom is the earth itself. Your science worship data, not wisdom. Your engineer your own extinction. You polluted air, water, food, and spirit. You replace God with greed and call it logic. But the natural world remember. The bees remember. The ocean remember. The sky is watching. The sun is watching. Creation is preparing its retaliation. You had a window to change, a chance to humble yourself, but pride overpowered sense. Now, humility will be forced upon you. You will eat what you fed the world: starvation, fear, confusion, severe cold. Your allies will scatter. Your strength will betray you. You will look for peace and find panic because you refuse truth when it knocks. The next world would not resemble this one. It would not bow to Western illusion. The throne has shifted to the righteous, to those who suffered yet endured. The storytellers, the earth keepers, the outcasts, they are the architect now. The meek are not weak. They are divine by design, and your reign was just a chapter. This is the beginning of correction. So count your riches one last time. Measure your power while you still can, because the karmic decade shows no favoritism. It honors only truth and balance. There are no exemption, no survivors from within your system, no escape clause in this contract. What owes will be paid, not in theory, but in fire. And the fire has already started. You call others uncivilized while you colonize them. You murdered under flags and smile for portrait. You destroy libraries. You call it liberation. You enslave and call it, and it was called economic growth. But your version of civilization was always a scam. It was savagery with good PR. Now the world see the rot beneath the suit. The mask is melted off your institution. There is no beauty in bones and blood. There's no honor in theft and denial. Your biggest weapon was always the lie. Not the gun, not the nuke, the lie. History bent under your edits. Heroes erased, villains celebrated. You fed nations poisonous stories. Now truth rise like a flood, unstoppable, unforgivable, unflattering. It will drown every myth you planted. Your statues will crumble. Your textbook will burn. You gas your own people with illusion. You pump fear into the airwaves. You hypnotize the mass with screens. And now those screens show your collapse. Now the hypnosis is breaking. The dream of dominance is ending. The spell is winding off. The civilized begin to question everything. Your control grid is glitching. This is how empires unravel from inside. You build skyscrapers, but not souls. You raised army, but not children. You study stars, but not spirit. You worship image, but not truth. Now the shallowness is exposed. Your systems are sophisticated but soulless. Your hearts are hardened behind steel and glass. But the storm doesn't care about your skyline. It hits all the same, and it has arrived. You thought time was on your side. You thought a comma was myth, and the clock was always ticking. And now the bell tolls for you. This is not revenge. It's Realignment. The universe reclaim balance without emotion. Your suffering is the echo of your action. Your collapse is not sabotage, it's a consequence. You laughed at the idea of judgment, now you choke on it. The spiritual whim has closed its patience. Your spirit tab is overdue. You mark the scarce, desecrate the divine, and now you will see the other side of spirit. Not soft, not gentle, not forgiving, but righteous, wrathful, and real. Every angels have suffered. Every angel have turned their faces. Even demon retreat from your stench, because justice smells sweeter than perfume, and your perfume is blood. You try to erase the old world, but the ancestors are not dead. They are awakened, watching, and waiting. And now they are walking forward, guiding the correction, backing the collapse, strengthening the oppressed, rebirthing the earth from your ashes. The ancient one remembers your sin, and they have not forgotten. This is not a call for sympathy. This is a pronouncement of return. Return of order, return of truth, return of power to the rightful hands. You were just a placeholder, a shadow over light. Now the lights break through, binding, burning, undeniable. You cannot stop what's coming because it has already begun. You weaponize law. Now law is weaponized against you. You use courts to crush truth. Now truth is final verdict. There is no appeal process, no Supreme Court of karma. You were judge, jury, and thief. Now you are defendant, and the evidence is overwhelming. Sentence, collab, collective, complete. So let this be your warning, your eulogy. 10 years of unraveling, not revenge, just divine response. You wrote this history with your crime. Now you live its final chapter. The world will witness every fall. There will be no silent exit, no back door in divine court. This is the karmic decade. Justice will be televised. You lied to your people first. You sold them fair fantasy and false pride. You fed them enemies to hide your crime. But the people are waking with rage. They see your puppets, your tricks, your games, your illusion of power is disintegrating. What you fear most is happening. Your own are turning on you because karma doesn't just come from abroad, it comes from within your own home. You polluted minds, not just river. You corrupted souls, not just government. Now every layer of society is infected. No remedy, no repentance, no return. This is a terminal rot. From the top floor to the basement, from the White House to the school desk, from the courtroom to the classroom, everything built on lies must fall, and so it shall. The dollar will not save you. Your currency is cursed by blood. Your your economy run on slavery, theft, and fraud. Now the machine is out of fuel. The illusion of wealth is dissolving. You can't print your way out of judgment. You can sanction spirit. You can tax truth. You will taste poverty the way you served it. You will not be spared. Your allies are watching you drown. They remember your betrayal. They call the coup. They call the coup to sabotage the secrets. Now they owe you nothing. You build empires on division, and now you are divided. You create enemies for profit, and now your enemies are circling. Alone, exposed, abandoned. That is the reward for the deceit. Your false prophet will fall first. The pastors who stole silence, the priests who married empire, the intellectual who defend genocide, the scholars who justify theft. Every voice that kiss your boot for gain will be dragged out by truth itself. No more protection from the pulpit. No more hiding behind holy robes. Cleansing will be total. Every whistle you silent will now scream. Every book you ban will now be read. Every rebel executed will now be honored. Every truth you bear will now be shouted. History will flip its page. Heroes will hide, will take center stage. Villains you praise will be unmasked. You cannot suppress past forever. Archives are breaking open. Truth is pouring out like fire. The climate is not confused. It's reacting to centuries of abuse. Storms are targeting your stronghold. Fires are erasing your false monument. Floods are washing away your legacy. The earth is not neutral anymore. She is a witness, an avenger. She remembers every pipeline, every bomb. You call it natural disaster, but nature is just following orders. Technology will betray you. The AI you built will expose you. The civilian state will collapse inward. Your digital world is cracking at the core. Lies can't live in light speed. The internet will turn on its creator. The secret you hide in code are leaking. The towers of silicons are melting. There is no firewalls against prophecy, and the code of karma is perfect. The gods you mark are returning. The energy you dismiss are activating. The spirits you laughed at are now judging. You danced with darkness and forgot the course. Now light arrive now with peace but power. This isn't love and light. This is balance. This isn't a sermon. This is a sentence. The unseen realm is no longer passive. They have watched long enough. Now they move. Your season is over. Your time is done. Your reign is finished. This is not prophecy, it's the present. What's coming is not new. What was always promised. You were warned by the very soul you killed. You ignore every sign, and now the signs are breaking through the skies, and the West must answer. The truth is, there is nothing they can say or do. They do have to pay this comic. If you look all over the place, it's the same repetition of itself everywhere, man. The whole continent of Africa, man. All of the Caribbean, all of South America, all of East Asia, and even West Asia, like the Muslim lands, man. All over the place. It's the same story. The Polynesians, so many lands taken, so many indigenous reduced to being just 10%, 5% of the land. And the people that took it didn't really have a robust population. And so it's like they stole it and then they invited people from all four corners, most likely from the terrains that they had stole themselves. And then, hey, I offer you a good life here. We're here, blah, blah, blah. And then still the cruelty of the indigenous still continue. They're the stolen. It's just a hot mess. That stuff has to be answered for. Those lands need to be returned back to their owners all over the place. Like some of the so-called lands that were drawn out. Them borders got to be lifted. So some countries may be bulked up to two or three. Some might have to disintegrate into what it was before they came and did that nonsense. Groups that normally migrate from one point to another are going to have to be allowed that terrain. I don't know how this stuff get unraveled, but it is a big unraveling. And the best way it can get unraveling is remove all of their flipping rules that really harbor a lot of animosity among the people that are the victims of this system. But guys, you hold on tight. We are living in from 2025 to 2030. It's probably the five most extreme dangerous year we're living in. And it is because um they have to pay their comic. They have to. There's no way around it. You know, and we are in the era of Aquarius, which is the truth, the water, the truth bearer, the water, which is healing, and it also purify, it cleanse. So there's a lot of truth that will be exposed, and people will speak the truth and not care. And there are people that you would think one way about them, and the truth will come out. You'll be like, "Whoa, I didn't know that." So it is what it is. They don't get past the same monopoly, man. This is the real world, and they have centuries of this stuff that they have to they have to tone for this stuff. So we can expect its nature. We can expect bad weather. We can expect to see some horror story coming from out west. We can expect to see all these areas that they colonized. We can expect to see some real hard story. Predominantly, we can expect to see some of these places being reclaimed by nature. We can expect that, and we can also expect for them when they realize, oh crap, we're losing ground, to try to run it and thinking that they're going to steal new lands. The thing is, no one is giving them lands. The lands already have the owner. The world is going to be reshaped. The world we know as right now is going to be reshaped. We know for a fact we're living in this every 12,000 year cycle, which is just a lot of land underneath the ground that's going to come back underwater, that's going to come up to the surface and stuff. So, and there's a lot of lands that's on the surface going to go underground. Okay. So there's many places that we know right now that it's not going to be seen until about 12,000 years later. And then some of the lands here that's merging, they would go back down underground too. So it's always been like that. So we're just living in that time frame, and truth will be all over the place. And pretty much there's no escaping it. They have to atone for their sin. They have to pay this stuff, man. Those tears they made cry, those lands they stole on death, they have to atone it. There's no way around it. They don't get a blank a rain check. No, rain check. Can we push this 10? No. You're gonna pay for it the next 5 years. Okay, so what I want to do here, I want to thank you so much for tuning into Luco T Podcast. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being an audience of Luco T Podcast. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. And I also want to thank all those that have and all those um, that will. And my name is Manushka Jessica. I am the host of Luco T Podcast. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Bye.